Today is our annual day of celebration of the research activity that goes on at UCLH in partnership with UCL. So what we've got is 28 stalls. We tried to choose a spectrum of disease areas, but also stalls that were likely to be interactive and interesting for patients. They range from demonstrations of some laboratory science, extracting DNA, how we analyze cell biology, showing imaging technologies, how we do endoscopies, frontline discovery in cancer treatments, dementia, just everything. So it's been really, really exciting.
The therapy is called deep brain stimulation, and it involves implanting electrodes into areas of the brain where we think there's an abnormal signal. We can improve tremor, the walking can improve after the surgery, and you get amazing results. Basically what we want to do is get people well enough so that they can go and enjoy the rest of their lives.
When I release the enzyme in the top, it will react with the ATP and it will give a glow, which we then can measure in this light box.
We were just seeing how dirty our hands were, so it's like a swab, and then it measures ATP.
605, so...
I'm quite proud of myself.
Going round, it's amazing what they actually do carry out research in, because some of it you wouldn't even know existed.
I think it's interesting to see sort of the research aspect of medicine and all the different types as well.
At the stand today we've got a touch-free navigation system, so you can see this is a CT scan, and as I move my hand back and forth I can go to the bit that I'm interested in.
We specialise in pancreatico-biliary medicine, so the use of endoscopy and other techniques to help people with pancreatic and bile duct problems in particular. So we have an endoscopy simulator which is obviously getting a lot of interest.
Part of critical care is monitoring, so we have monitors that look after each and every heartbeat that you have. And critical care generally is shut away behind doors and walls. No one really knows what we're up to. We look after everything. We're looking at new drugs to keep your heart going. We're looking at new ventilators to try and make your breathing better. So we're looking at very much the whole patient, and we want to make sure that everyone else knows that as well. Be part of the research, be part of the design of the trials coming up in the future.
Huntington's disease is a rare neurological disease. In order to help people understand about it, we've got tests that people can do so they can undertake a mini research challenge and undergo some of the tests, both clinical, such as tapping tests, examination tests where we measure the eye movements using special tracking lasers, as well as undergoing thinking and memory tests. So we've got lots of interactive stuff for people to get involved with. Do you know anything about Huntington's disease?
It's carried down in the gene from your parents.
That's right. It's passed down in an autosomal dominant fashion. If people are more aware of it, they can raise awareness generally about conditions. They can lobby their MPs, talk to people, get on social media, get active. So there are lots of reasons why people might want to come along.
I've been really quite taken aback by the number of members of the public who come here today, and of course all of our staff. We produce some of the highest quality research, not just in the UK and Europe, but across the world. We can't do this research without the patients, so that we really have to engage the public, engage patients in research trials, not just for their own sake, but for discovery of new drugs, new therapies, new treatments that will benefit people in the future.
And we're here to find more about medicine and research so we can help other people because we're all interested in taking that route.
It was really interactive, fun, and you get to play games and win stuff.
So Mary, what have we got here?
We have got an MRI compatible incubator. This is something we could never have done in the past.
Yeah, the extraordinary thing here is that when you have an MRI, normally everybody's so paranoid about metal because of the magnets, and yet it's been coated in such a way that the metal doesn't cause any problems with the MRI machine.
It's been amazing. We've been going from a stand to stand, learning different things. There's so many cool stuff that we actually didn't know. It's going to be world changing.
Thank you so much for coming, and at the end of the day our sole objective is to try and make research work to improve patient outcomes, so that when people come here for treatment, they get the best treatment and they get the best chance of surviving the most severe illnesses that we treat.